Greetings, Earth Stars. Eliane Nicole here, your astrologer and tarot reader. And now I am going to do the cosmic weather report for the week of Monday, August 23rd through Sunday, August 29th. And as we enter the week, we have a Pisces moon, the sweet, sensitive, dreamy Pisces moon. And Venus, the goddess of love and beauty in Libra, and her domicile is forming a trine to Saturn in Aquarius. And a trine it's a harmonious flow of energy of the nature of Jupiter. So it's very expansive and abundant. And this is a great aspect for fortifying long-term commitments, whether that's marriages, business partnerships, creative collaborations. If you want to start a long-term commitment, this is a great day to do it. It will probably have staying power. Later that evening, Venus and Libra sextiles Juno and Sagittarius. So it's just even more of that energy of just like partnership and camaraderie. And it's just a great time to strengthen our bonds that are important to us in life, whether they be romantic or business or otherwise. And also that Venus trine Saturn is good for long-term financial investments on Monday. So Tuesday morning, the moon is void of course all morning until about 11:56 a.m. Pacific time. So adjust your time zone accordingly. So a void of course moon in Pisces, the beginning of the day, Tuesday, which I mean in LA it's until lunch, and in New York it's all the way until the late afternoon really, is just really kind of like, don't be hard on yourself if you don't feel like you can focus, if you're feeling sleepy, if you have a little bit of a brain fog. All of that is to be expected in the first half of the day Tuesday. At 11:56 a.m. Pacific time, the moon will move into Aries and there will be a significant shift of energy. It's like when that Aries shift happens, you'll go from feeling sleepy and foggy to feeling like energetic and wanting to charge forward with action and to get some stuff done. So Tuesday, schedule the stuff that you need more energy for in the later part of the day. Also Tuesday, Ceres in Gemini is conjuncting the North Node in Gemini. And so this is a lot of information. I feel like in the media, we'll be seeing things along the lines about motherhood, food, mental health, education. These are going to be big topics in the media that day. In our personal lives, you'll be talking to your mother, you'll be talking to your grandmother. You will be maybe learning about food, things like that. Mercury is opposing Neptune on Tuesday as well. And that is an aspect of, interpersonally, just inside of oneself, it can feel like, more vagueness, cloudiness, confusion. But in a relationship, it can be like one person is being very critical of the other person's view of reality or lack thereof. Somebody might be poking holes in the other person's, fantasy, or someone is poking holes or criticizing somebody else's dream. Another thing that this can be, it's like the details versus the big picture. It's not lining up. It's like, so that's kind of the Mercury Neptune thing, opposing Neptune. And in the media, I see it as a lot of more confusion around the vaccine, and opposition and polarity around things like vaccinations and medicine. Wednesday, Mercury in Virgo opposes Pallas Athene in Pisces. So again, Mercury, the planet of our intellect in Virgo, very clear in thought, but also very critical and analytical, is opposing Pallas Athene, opposing the dream, the strategy around the dream, which is Pallas Athene and Pisces. And so internally, this could feel like a person who is conflicted about their own strategy moving forward. But, you know, in a relationship, this would express more like opposing views on a strategy. And you would really have to look to the house that Virgo and Pisces rule in your chart to see where this is going, because the Virgo-Pisces axis is an important axis this week. And whereas Virgo is concerned about the details of the strategy, Pallas Athene is looking at the big picture and the vision, and these two may be having a conflict because of that. On the world stage and in the media, of course, this is, again, we could see public discourse that's debating strategy, you know, and how we're dealing with things, which is not abnormal these days. So Thursday, the 26th, Venus in Libra is opposing Chiron and Aries. So this could bring up an old wound in a relationship, whether that's a romantic relationship, a business partnership, a sibling relationship. But it can just, you know, bring up an old wound that maybe needs some attention. There's an opportunity for healing. Mercury trine Pluto that day. This is like a real, this feels like knowledge is power. This is also, I think, good financial money. This is good for making money, expanding money or power. And it could be communication, positive communication with a powerful or influential person. Yeah, Mercury is the intellect, and then Pluto has many different levels. Sometimes, you know, Pluto is power, Pluto is money, Pluto is transformation. So, I mean, there could also be positive communication that has the ability to transform a situation on Thursday. You know, these are all possibilities of the archetype, and there are others, but I'm saying just the ones that are off the top of my head. And then that night, the moon moves into Taurus. So the moon moving into Taurus, it's an earthy moon. So it's a little bit calmer than Aries, and it's like a cozy moon. We want to be cozy Thursday night. We're kind of starting to feel the weekend mode. And Friday, Pallas Athene in Pisces conjuncts Neptune in Pisces. And so this is kind of like, you know, more of the story that was, you know, touching on what Mercury had a conversation with Neptune Tuesday night. Then Mercury had a conversation with Pallas Athene on Wednesday night. Now as Pallas Athene and Neptune come together, I feel like there is a reseeding of the dream with the new improved strategy. Now that Pallas has found her way back to Neptune, you know, it's like, you know, she's gathered all this information during the Mercury retrograde period, and she spent all last year with Pluto and Saturn, and now as she and Neptune come together, I feel like it's like they are like infusing the dream like into the divine plan. I guess another way could look at this is the dream dissolving, but that would be, I don't think, the right way to look at that. Neptune can dissolve. It can create confusion. It can create chaos. It can mean that everything you can't see quite yet. And so maybe we have to work with what it is that we can see for now, and know that we have to stay flexible. We have to stay adaptable. We have to realize that there is still a lot of clouds in the air, and we just can't see the terrain all the way. So we proceed with caution. Now, on the 28th, Saturday, the Virgo sun is squaring the North Node in Gemini, and this has the feeling of a lot of information flooding in. And by the way, when I was talking about the dream and the thing, look to where Pisces is in your chart, because that's probably where the dream is that I'm talking about is centered. And it's probably a dream that you've been working on for a while now. Anyway, Neptune has been there, but contact me for a reading if you want to get into more details. So Saturday, when the Sun in Virgo squares the North Node in Gemini, it's like a lot of information is coming in that is going to cause us to act. It may be, squares are of the nature of Mars, so they can be a conflict, a struggle, strife, some kind of tension that causes us to launch a new hope or desire, or it causes us to take an action. And so that's Saturday. And then Sunday, the moon moves into Gemini in the morning, and so that is a very communicative moon. It's a very social moon, talking to people and expressing your feelings and things like that. And then that night, Mercury moves into Libra. And Mercury moving into Libra, it's time for negotiations. Mercury in Libra wants to be a matchmaker, also wants to make peace, wants to negotiate, wants to debate when afflicted as well. So that will be coming in the Mercury in Libra season, but more on that in my next review. That is my week in preview. Follow me on Instagram at astrology.tarot.Eliane Nicole for more updates, because this is just a broad overview. It is not comprehensive. I just try to get in what I can think of to tell you in this quick 15 minutes or less. And thank you for joining me, and have a wonderful week.